Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. That was a great start. Let's try again. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. Before I start with a major life update, I will go and get myself a cup of coffee because I think I'm gonna need it. And yes, if you're wondering, I am literally sitting on the floor. I feel like I need to be grounded to give you this update. You would have already seen from my thumbnail or title that this update is pretty major for me. If you're new to this channel, hi, welcome. This is not my usual video, but please go and check out the other videos that I've got that talk about career, and by all means stay if you want to hear this update. But for those of you who have been here for now 2 years, and I honestly can't believe I've been saying this, 2 years of YouTube. So for those of you who have been here from the very beginning, those who have joined recently, I wanted to share a quite personal life update that I feel called to talk about on my channel. You will have seen that I haven't actually been on YouTube for a while, and the reason being is that I have been going through a lot of things in my life that have been quite tricky to be able to share. It didn't feel like it was the right time to share the things that I was going through, and it just didn't feel like I was going to help out anyone by talking about it whilst I was going through it. So now I'm on the other side of at least some of the things that have happened, and I feel like I can come back to share my experience and hopefully help anyone else that is going through something similar. I have been thinking about how to break this news for a while now, but to be honest, I am just going to do it because there's not going to be a perfect way to talk about this, and this won't be the video where I explain everything that has happened, but I really wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on and what's going to happen next for me and also on this channel. So it's now official, I am leaving publishing. And honestly, there are so many feelings that come with this step, and if you've been around for a while, it's a huge step for me. I have been and I am so passionate about the publishing industry. I loved sharing my experience, helping people get into publishing, helping people develop their publishing career, and I've loved just going through it all myself as well. It's genuinely been the one thing that I've focused on since I was at uni, really, and my biggest dream since I was a kid. So this feels like a monumental moment. It's something that has been building up in my mind for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, the way that is happening, it's kind of like surreal because in a way it was everything that I had wished for, and in another way it's like nothing like I had wished for. I will be doing a proper video talking about everything that has happened, but I will be leaving Penguin, and actually I'm leaving Penguin today. This is my last day. It's been an intense couple of years. I work in events and it's been rough, honestly, with like COVID and everything. And despite my best efforts, my role never returned to what it was before. This is just like something that has happened, and when the news got to me that the department that I'm working in was going to be shut down, I genuinely felt so calm and like serene about it. And I know this is gonna sound probably a bit strange because it's obviously not a news that people would naturally take lightly. And I have spent so much of my career early on thinking that I should be prepared for something like this to happen in the future because it was going to really throw me off. And so when that happened, I was quite surprised that the reaction that I was having wasn't one of, desperation or sadness, but it was one of this is what it was supposed to be. This is the time for me to make the next step. I just want to stress now, although I will share more about how everything has happened and everything that I've learned through the process, there is absolutely no hard feelings. It hasn't been a dramatic sort of like exit from the company, and it's not going to be a dramatic exit from the industry. It's just that I think I have outgrown what I can do in the publishing industry, and I feel called to do something different. You will have known, if you have joined me from the very beginning, that this very YouTube channel has been around for 2 years. And the reason that I probably maybe have never shared why I started this YouTube channel, aside from obviously sharing my experience in more sort of like long form content, was because everything that was happening with the pandemic meant that I was aware that my job was probably not going to be as secure as it had been before. And I thought, you know what? I've got this time. We're all like at home. We're not doing much. And I bought this very camera that I am filming this video on right now. It was a birthday present from me to me. And I cannot believe how much has happened with this camera and how much has happened with this YouTube channel. I truly feel like this was all meant to be in the way that it has happened, because the very week that I was given the news and that I knew I was going to be leaving Penguin and therefore decided to leave publishing altogether, was also the week that I monetized both on YouTube and on TikTok. And it genuinely felt like a sign from the universe that this all was happening and lining up, because I have been working up to this moment for many, many years now. So although it is bittersweet, and although I am genuinely really sad that I won't be working directly with authors and books and with the day-to-day publishing activities that I usually am involved with, I am also extremely excited to be exploring new opportunities, going solo, and like putting all my time and effort into YouTube, sharing my experience, helping others, and building my own business. There, I said it. I think you can probably tell from the grin on my face that this is like something that has stressed me out a little bit, but that I'm also extremely excited for. And I just wanted to like say a big thank you to everyone who is watching, who is a close friend of mine, because I have had the absolute best support network ever. And the moment that I shared the news of what was happening was a very strange moment. I had been off sick when that happened, and I wasn't in the best space. So it was really hard for me to kind of like process everything. And having the support of my friends and family telling me, oh my God, this is what you have been wanting to do anyway, is exactly happening in the right timeline and is exactly happening in the way that is best for you, was genuinely something that I hang on to whilst I was trying to navigate those feelings of sadness, because this huge chapter in my life is coming to an end. And I cannot put it into words, because I genuinely spent the last 10 years of my life focusing so intensely and so strategically into making my publishing career happen, that when I look back, that's all I see. And it's not in a bad way. I'm extremely proud and excited about everything that I have achieved and everything that I have done and all the things that have happened during my career. But it's just one of those things where I look back and I think, goodness me, this thing that has happened has truly taken so much of my time that now I don't know who I am without it. And so there was that kind of like element of, okay, this is big, because I need to be able to kind of like move on and take the next step and figure out who am I without the industry that has shaped so much of my life. So what's gonna happen with this channel, I don't want to scare anyone off. Don't worry, the fact that I'm leaving corporate publishing doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to stop talking about the industry. I feel like I have so much to share, so much career advice to tell you about and to share with you all. So don't worry, there'll be like more and more things coming your way. But what that's gonna mean is that I will also be incorporating some content that is less focused on the corporate side of my career and more focused on building my own business and starting again at 30 years old in a completely different environment and space. And it genuinely excites me so much because I know that there's going to be so much that I can learn and that I can share with you. And again, what I want to do and why I choose to share my story and my experiences, even when it's not easy, it's because I just wish I had someone that did that. I will go into more detail later on into what's gonna happen and what I'm doing and how I'm working out, what my next steps and what my next career steps are going to be. But I wanted to share this news because I feel like I haven't been able to show up as myself because nobody knew what was going on, and I just want to make sure I take you along for the ride and share you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the spectacular, because I'm sure there's going to be some like really cool things coming up. So if you have got to the end of this video and watched it, thank you so much. I genuinely am so grateful to have you here and to have your support. I would love if you could tell me in the comments if there is anything at all that I can share or I can do to help you. I would ask you to please be kind. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment, but I will put some boundaries and answer them when I feel like I can talk about my experience. But I'm really excited to come back. I'm really excited to see what's next, and I'm really excited to take you all along with me. So stay tuned and I'll speak with you soon.